back to Today on Bay. I'm Alex Foley and I'm joined by Stephan Crocker, Chairman of Tourism for Swansea Bay, and Paul Carter, Commercial Manager of Llanelli House. So we'll have to start with you, Stephan. What is going on at the moment on the Bay?
Well, we just recently had the Tourism Awards, Swansea Bay Tourism Award, which was a joint event run by the Council Tourism Department and Tourism Swansea Bay, which is the industry side of the business. Hugely successful. It's probably the biggest one in the country. Nice. We had 520 people for dinner, and the awards was quite spectacular. It was very well run. It went very well. And the nominations were phenomenal. We had well over 1,000 companies nominated.
Really? Can you tell us any who are on the shortlist?
I wasn't.
No.
No, we don't let these foreigners in from the Netherlands.
It's a bit too far out of our jurisdiction,
right, yeah.
is it?
Well, what you'll see is a bit of a video coming up on Gower Course Adventures. They won the best activity on Gower.
Oh, yeah.
Which is young guys who've got themselves a good setup down there and take people out and see the wildlife. And in fact, this morning I was talking to one of the guys from the National Trust about how much wildlife on the Gower, and he said that we are bucking the trend a little bit, that a lot of wildlife, especially birds, are coming back to Gower.
So actually increasing.
We're increasing, yeah. They're doing a lot of surveys and looking at what's there.
In fact, should we see a little peek, see how many are in the video? And we can have a little chat over it.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's Oxwich. And this is a group of people who are obviously going out to have a look at the wildlife. And obviously there's a couple of dolphins. I think one of them might be called Skippy, you never know.
Yeah, no, one of the first times I moved away to London when I was younger, and I remember tuning into BBC Wales on Sky from over there, and there was an article about speaking Welsh dolphins. They have a different accent over here, so...
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, the jellyfish, but there's a lot more. There's a lot of seals, a lot of bird life, you know, fish. There's a lot of fish coming back. I recently was in Penclouth, in the estuary there, and the amount of fish that's in the water, the water's quite clear, you can see them, and obviously that's a seal, you know, fish will attract. Yeah, a lot of seals. Quite cute things, aren't they?
So they organise this sort of a tour around to visit all the wildlife.
Yeah, and you know, there's caves and there's lots of quite outstanding features. I mean, look at Worm's Head. I mean, that's
where you were this morning.
Yeah, that's right. It was a bit covered in mist this morning, but it's misty, but it's even spectacular on a day like that, you know. So, and obviously we got lots of sea life here, and if we got seafood, I don't know about you, but I'm particularly fond of seafood. So
yeah, I don't think there are any Welsh lobster, but there's
there's plenty of lobster. Yeah. There's plenty of lobsters on Gower, but look at the water, the quality of the water, and you know, it's very nice to see that nature's coming back so strong. That's
brilliant. Oh, what do you think is one of the credits for this? Have we got initiatives?
I think everywhere people are starting to value the environment and look after animals. I mean, we've been pretty bad in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, the pollution that we threw out into the oceans is sort of not where we would want it to be now, but it's certainly a lot better than it was many years ago.
It's one of our greatest assets here in Swansea.
Yeah, so. Well, you know, there isn't any industry left in Swansea as such. In the past, we had a lot of heavy industry and copper and all that, and that's all gone. But we have a beautiful environment now, and people want to come and see that, and that creates jobs. Yeah. And you know, we need to get the young people off the streets into jobs and give them something to look forward to.
So where do those tours go from?
Oxwich.
All right.
Yeah.
Go and come back to the same.
Yeah. And Oxwich is quite a spectacular beach in itself. You know, we have the cave at the end of Oxwich there, and you know, there's plenty of parking down there, which is great.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a lovely spot.
And have you got any events coming up soon?
Not that I can remember right now, but there are lots of things. I mean, this morning I've been on a panel with the Gower Landscape Partnership, and they are running all the time courses on the Gower, talks, walks. The National Trust people are organising walks around the coast and wildlife stuff, and you know, the thing about the Gower is it's not just pretty in the winter. It has a unique features in the summer's one thing, but the winters are also quite pretty. You know, the landscape changes dramatically, and a lot of people come down here to go for walks and enjoy the countryside.
throughout the year.
Yeah, and so there's always something going on. The Gower Heritage Centre is always running different events. You know, they just had a cider festival, which I'm particularly fond of.
Yeah.
So and they have cheese festival. They always have something, and they have like a banjo festival, and so there's always something going on the Gower through the winter as well.
Yeah, no matter what the weather. So of course, also when it gets a bit colder and you have to leave just outside Gower, we've got Llanelli House.
You have, yes.
On those rainier days.
Yes.
So what can you tell us is going on over there?
We're trying to bring the house back to life, keeping the historical side of it, obviously, but the house was known for its entertaining, so therefore we're bringing back the entertainment factor of it.
Yeah.
Hurtling towards Christmas, so we've got a couple of Christmas weddings.
Ramping it up.
There. Yes, Christmas parties going on. Beaujolais night is actually going to hit Llanelli on Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
We've stolen that one from Swansea.
How are you celebrating?
We're going for a more low-key event, I think. Is a good meal, good wine and good company.
And it's sort of a select group.
Yes, yeah, we've got over 50 people booked on that one, so we should be doing quite well.
Are you fully booked? Or?
No, we still got a couple
invitation.
of
I haven't been invited. No, how would we get hold of these? This exclusive event?
Come on.
You can log on to our website or see me afterwards, and we can make sure you get a table on that
see
one.
him afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying to keep it so it's in keeping with the house as well as actually people having fun.
So do you
opening it up to the community.
So you encourage guests then to go dressed up as well then? Because I know you've got a lot of in-character...
We do have a couple of Christmas dinners fully booked where we have the characters of the house come down and they'll join you, and we have a couple of murder mystery nights as well coming on.
Oh, brilliant.
Did this start in Swansea, did it?
I believe it
the Morgan's Hotel.
I think the Morgan's Hotel is...
I think they're the leading Beaujolais.
Swansea is one of the few cities, I think, that celebrates it in quite the style that's...
Quite some fashion.
Yes. Any excuse for a party in Swansea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, these murder mystery parties, can you let me know, how do these work?
You sit down and have a good meal. We have a new chef that started, so you have a good three-course, high-quality meal. And during that, characters from the house will come out and entertain you. There'll be a murder, obviously.
Yeah, so it's a good meal until...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's coming though, that's sort of hanging over.
If it's not the chef they murder.
No, exactly.
Depends, sometimes it might well be. And then you have the clues of who done it, and there's twists and tales that go on, and you get to go around the house and bits and pieces.
Brilliant. Do you have many different formats? So if someone went and really enjoyed it, they'd be able to go back?
Yeah. No, not all of them are the same.
Not all of them the same?
No. For that very reason. Very reason. It's quite interesting. And we've had paranormal nights, and ghost hunting and that kind of things going on. So we're opening up for everybody at the moment.
So you're having to stage a paranormal nights, or are they already... You can't help it, this place is already haunted, is it?
We get people walking around all the time saying they feel something and there's ghosts being filmed. But the next one's in February. We've actually got those. And we've got a TV company that may possibly be coming down to do another filming because they filmed there once already.
Oh, nice.
In February, so we're looking forward to that one.
Brilliant. And, well, so you said January or February was the next murder mystery. How many of these?
We've got a couple at Christmas, but we're fully booked on all of those ones. As soon as we release them, they sell out pretty quickly. So I think the next one will be in March.
Sure.
We're going to concentrate on opening the restaurant up in the evenings because Llanelli has very few places in the town centre to actually go and eat that are any good, other than McDonald's type and fast food type.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to try and
change things a little bit.
To keep people in the town.
Yeah.
So we're going to open up the restaurant on a Thursday, Friday and Saturday nights. Sunday lunches are going very, very well. Wedding bookings are coming in. We're getting a reputation for being good on weddings because the house lends itself to things like that all the time.
Brilliant.
So we're opening up to a whole variety of people. So
cool.
Come on down and see us.
Find them on the website, is it?
Yes.
Via Swansea.
Via Swansea, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I expect to win an award next year.
Well, we'll have to move you a bit closer.
Get inside the jurisdiction.
That's right, yeah. No.
Well, that's all we have time for, but I know we have a little bit of music to play us out from Tom Martin. Cheers.
If my time is nigh, I'll be bowing out so early. Spend my final days so high. Won't recall what's going on. And if I'm overdue and my body betrayed me. Blame the cigarettes and booze I loved for their final counter move. And when they call me out beyond, make them see if I'm not good enough to stay here. Honestly, I'm a boy who don't know his place in the world. So if it's all the same to you, I'd rather leave it than leave now. 'Cause I got things I need to do. If I'm not long for earth, let us revel in indulgence. Don't you worry if it gets you too out, 'cause I'll need company, my friends. And if I'm dead and gone, throw my ashes to the west wind, so the world will hear my song where the wind consents to blow. And when they call me out beyond, make them see if I'm not good enough to stay here. Honestly, I'm a boy who don't know his place in the world. So if it's all the same to you, I'd rather leave it than leave now. I'd rather stay here and stick it out. I'm a boy and I know that I made my mistakes. Might have turned on the gas when I should have stepped on the brakes. So if it's all the same to you, I got things I need to do.
welcome back to Today on Bay. I'm Alex Furley and I'm joined by Llewellyn from Aberglasney Gardens. So, Ellen, what can you tell us?
About Aberglasney.
About Aberglasney,
gosh,
yeah. There's a lot. Where are we going to start?
It's a wonderful place. Now, you've been to Aberglasney, you were telling me just
I went
now.
years ago with my grandmother, and I had to ask you, was it National Trust? Was it free? Was it owned? Because of course I wasn't grown up enough to put my
Aberglasney is a historic garden, just over 10 acres in size. Quite special because of its history. Yeah. It was rescued from oblivion by a newly formed charitable trust about 15, 20 years ago now. The garden's very important to the history of Wales. Probably one of the first formal gardens laid out in Wales. There's a poem dating back from the 1400s written by a guy called Lewis Glencothi.
Can you recite
and
it?
he talks. No, I can't.
No, not by heart.
He talks about these 9 green gardens in the parish of Llangathen, because I should say we're in the Towy Valley. We're just between Llandilo and Carmarthen on the A40 there. Yeah, and the gardens were well maintained and home to many important Welsh families, but slowly but surely became derelict. And as I say, a trust was formed to rescue them with some money to purchase the site, put in by a gentleman called Frank Cabot. Okay. Now, he's an American and he did a lot for gardens and important gardens in America. And by chance, listened to a lecture in New York in which Aberglasney was talked about.
Oh, of course, yeah, it'd be brought up all over the world, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So he travelled to Wales to see Aberglasney within a week of hearing about the plight of the trustees and their want to restore these beautiful gardens, these historically important gardens, and he put up the purchase price. So after that, you know, job done.
Nice. How long did it take to get, because it's quite a big project?
It is. The gardens have been generally kind of changing and developing, and they will do as time goes on as well. Yeah. But yes, within about 5 years, we'd restored a very important structure, the Cloister Garden, the only one in Britain, one of only 2 in Europe. Okay, yeah. So quite unique, and a lot of people come throughout the year to see the gardens because they're open every day apart from Christmas Day, because of the architectural interest within the gardens. It's not just about the plants.
There's still plenty of the infrastructure there that can be...
Absolutely, yeah, the walled gardens as well as sort of woodland gardens, and yeah.
Brilliant. I think we've got a little video that can give us a tour.
Yeah, give you a bit of an overview.
Yeah. So that actually brought back plenty of memories of that. I definitely remember being there overlooking the Cloister Garden. But I guess I didn't appreciate quite the history of it then.
Yeah, and like I say, that's what draws a lot of people. Yeah. There was a BBC programme was done on the restoration of the gardens, which followed the initial early days then, where the Cloister Garden was sort of rescued from oblivion. That was filled with earth at the time, and the pool garden, again, cows were walking around on what is now the pool. So obviously that's been reinstated, and a lot of work's done. And now it's such a jewel in Carmarthenshire's crown, really, and attracts visitors from all over the world.
Yeah, I can imagine. But we've got the winter fair this year.
Yes.
We've got a couple, like almost sort of a slideshow. If you could talk us through that.
Yeah, we hold every year now in December what is a 3-day event by now, a winter fair. Lovely opportunity to see the gardens lit really nicely. We've got a picture there of our yew tunnel. All of the gardens, several areas are lit kind of nicely throughout the year. But then we also have upwards of 100 stalls, artisan food, craft. Really nice place to come do some Christmas shopping, avoiding the high street.
Yeah, and
to get something a bit different. Yeah, and also, of course, you get to enjoy the gardens, and we've also have music entertainment across the weekend, from silver bands through to choirs. Also helps put you in the Christmas spirit.
Nice. And you're protected by this marquee, because of course you've got to. The garden's so lush and green, it must rain. It
does occasionally. Yeah. I've got to say, the weather is better in Carmarthenshire today than it is in Swansea when I left there anyway. But yeah, but it's all under cover anyway. So if we do happen to have a damp weekend, the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of December, you don't need to worry. It doesn't, no. We've got a large marquee where we have sort of the craft exhibitors, a second one for food. And we also have lots of stores inside our mansion house as well. And that's what we're seeing is a few of those pictures. Some entertainment in the form of dancers, as I said, as well as sort of your silver bands and your choirs. And it's just such a lovely atmosphere. We give everyone that comes in a mince pie and a nice glass of mulled wine to sip as they wander around. Snow in the picture we can see now. I'm hoping for not too much snow, to be honest, because it makes things a bit more difficult, although it looks beautiful. Yeah, and it's a really nice event. Like I say, it gets you away from the hustle and bustle of on the high street and the pressures that come with that, because you're getting to enjoy this open space and sort of see lots of nice bits and pieces. And we also, it is. It is more of an experience. And we also, you know, we're supporting lots of artisan crafters as well by doing this. It's an opportunity for them to come together and showcase their products to quite often a new audience.
Yeah. People come from so far.
Absolutely, they do. People, I mean, the event started off about 15 years ago above our tea rooms as a small sort of tabletop sale. And like I say, now it's grown to this huge 3-day event, which a lot of planning goes into. We start planning in probably beginning of May, we start putting things together for it. Yeah, and we've also got now sort of a waiting list of people who want to come and exhibit.
All stalls are full.
All sorts of stalls. Yeah, and we vet them very carefully though, so we want to keep, you know, sort of quality.
You've got to be careful with. I mean, the gardens. There's only so much of it. You'll happily put marquees and stuff up to ruin the garden. So it's pretty exclusive for.
It is.
Stall space.
It's pretty an exclusive event when it comes to stalls. And like I say, we do really vet carefully everybody who comes along. So you're not turning up to our food marquee and seeing 5 different cheesemakers. You know, we'll pick the best cheesemakers.
It's thought out.
Yeah, very much so, because there are so many events like this, but none do them as well as we do. No? We're quite confident saying we are sort of the biggest and the best when it comes to this sort of event then, yeah.
Nice. So, of course, how long does this run for? Has it opened already?
Yeah, so it's a 3-day event, Friday the 1st, Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd of December. We open on Friday, we open at 11 a.m. and run until 4:30, and then on Saturday and Sunday we open at 10 a.m. and run until 4:30. It's an event that's great for all the family. Children are admitted free of charge, up to 16 as well, and Santa is a huge fan.
Oh,
he will be in his grotto at Aberglasney on Saturday and Sunday. Anyway, he'll be there. Nice. And we also have things like birds of prey, as well as the other entertainment we were talking about earlier. So it's quite a special event, and well worth sort of a 40-minute drive from Swansea.
It's not too far.
No, not at all. We're nice and easy to get to, down to the end of the M4, up to Cross Hands, and then, as I say, we're just between Llandilo and Carmarthen there as well, right on the A40, so easily accessible.
Brilliant. And then throughout winter, once this is over, you're still lit up in the evenings?
We are. We are still up. We're open every day throughout the winter period as well, from 10 until 4. People can come along and enjoy the gardens. Our tea rooms are also fantastic. Really good reputation. The tea rooms
this is one of the things I remember from there.
Yeah, you see, everybody always does. Everybody
does. When I went.
And you can sit there and overlook the pool garden and enjoy sort of afternoon tea. And on Sundays we do Sunday roast. Throughout November, if you visit us, we've got a special admission offer on as well. So we will refund your admission price ticket in the form of a voucher to spend in our tea rooms throughout November, and that can be spent on our Sunday roast if you book in for a Sunday roast with us as well. So it's a really lovely place to enjoy in the winter. Gardens are not just for summer, I think is the message.
Perfect, it's lovely to hear. So thanks for coming along and telling us all about that.
No problem, it's lovely to be here.
Thank you to all our guests tonight. Goodbye.